My mic is plugged into. Okay. Okay. My mic was plugged into my phone, but then this part turned off because I had it on for a little bit. So I think you can hear me now. Or I could hear me on my laptop before I just muted it. Hey, Cynthia. Hey, Nancy. Okay, can you guys hear me now, though? I think so. Okay, good. So that's better to know than whatever video it was that I recorded with my microphone off the whole time, and that was awful. So at least this is live and everybody can tell me. And Brittany, yes, we better get rep this year, I hope. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Muriel. So I've got the chat up over here and the chat up over here on my laptop, so hopefully I can see everything. Hey, Roberta. And I did sew a little bit of this. Hi, Kathy. Like not on live so that I could kind of get more of a feel for the machine, but I also did that a few days ago, so we'll see. It's still different just because it's not what I'm used to sewing on. And obviously it's not going to be as good as a walking foot industrial because it is smaller and it kind of slides around a little bit. But I still think it could be a good alternative. The stitches look nice. I think it's just a matter of getting used to the machine. So like, I think it could be a good option if you just don't have the room for an industrial or can't afford one. I have been looking at cases because I want to put some kind of base on this. So I found wood bases that they sell specifically for a sailrite machine. So I don't know if it would fit. I was going to look into that. Or there's like a whole like leather box case, but then those are like $200. And I don't know if I want to spend $200 on it. And then they have plastic cases. And I saw, hey, Kathy number 2. We have 2 Kathys in a row. I saw the plastic cases in the reviews on Amazon that people were saying that they seem cheap and thin and like not good quality and that the machine didn't fit that well. So I don't want to waste my money. That one was only $45, I think. But still, I don't want to waste my money on something that's not going to work. Hey, Liz. So I'm going to keep on looking to see what kind of like base I want to put on this. I don't know if I'm not like that crafty, I think. I was just thinking maybe I can make one. But yeah, I don't think that's a good option. So, hey, Rhea. Also, I'm going to try again today to see if I can give away like the gift subscriptions to my channel or the gift memberships. So last time when I looked, I only had 7 members, I think. And I kind of tried to look into why I couldn't give them away. And I saw different things that became an option once you have 10 members. And I do have 10 members now. So maybe, oh, buy extra belts. That's good information to have that on hand. Oh, sure. I'm sorry. We'll go that way. So let me know how that is, I guess. Oh no, don't be sorry. Please let me know if it sounds bad. I honestly don't know if I might buy a different microphone this year because I don't know if I love this one. It's better than not having one at all, but it's not great. Good morning, Darlene. Afternoon for me. I wanted to wait until after I ate lunch because I was starving. Okay. So that might be a bit better, but when I start sewing, this machine is loud. So I guess we'll go ahead and, I went ahead and I made my connectors and I installed the first zipper. I don't remember if I was supposed to sew this together at the bottom. I mean, I will at some point, but do I need to before I proceed? I don't think so. And I did make my straps because I put a new bobbin in and I thought that was a good time, or handles. So this has the Luxe vinyl on top in watermelon. And then I use this striped webbing that I think actually goes in the dark that I don't remember where I got it. It might be from New Moxie. But I put that on the back. Hopefully I don't regret the black and white, but I kind of like it. And then the zippers are like a light pink with rainbow teeth from Mormino and the Mormino rainbow star pulls. So, what else? My thread is bubblegum pink from Wizardry. I think my hair rubbing on the microphone doesn't help either. All right, so I guess we'll put on the next zipper. And sorry, I don't have like a better angle for this because I don't feel like this is the best, but I don't know. I don't have anywhere good to set up over here. So, all right. So zipper is going right side down. And I guess this is not exactly a whole tutorial, but more of a, like, let's check out this sewing machine and watch me struggle through making a bag on it. Oh, hi from South Africa. Wow, you skipped ahead 1,000 years. Hello, Maritha from 3025. It is 2025 here. I know that was a typo. Ah, you deleted it. It was funny. But happy 2025. Do all of you like have New Year's resolutions? Like I don't do that. I guess I'll usually set some like business goals for myself at the beginning of the year, which I did that this morning. Don't know if any of them are achievable, but happy 2025, Maritha. Loud and clear. Hello, Amber. All right, so I'm going to base the zipper in place using a 1/4 inch seam allowance. All right, and this is where it might get noisy because this machine is a little bit loud. And I did put my zipper foot on for this. No more resolutions. That's a good resolution, I think. Yes, I'm big on goals. I like to have goals for myself, but not resolutions. That is so true, Jane. You feel like a failure when you set a resolution and then it doesn't happen. So, oh, I think I should have. It looks like some oil kind of pooled up on the foot while this was just sitting here, and I should have wiped it off first. So I guess if you buy one of these machines, that's a good thing to look at before you start sewing, is if there's like oil on the presser foot. Somebody did tell me last time that it kind of drips down here. I took my paper towels out of here. I'm just gonna wipe the feet off. Dang it. All right, and then like the walking foot with the zipper foot on, it doesn't kind of grab it right away. You have to have it like, I don't know, 1/2 inch or so onto the fabric. Yeah, so I think my goals for 2024, I had like, my original YouTube goal was 10,000 followers, which I didn't meet, but then I like lowered it to 9,000 because I could actually meet that. So I guess I met my revised goal for that. Like my sales dollars goal, I did not meet, but I also took most of the summer off. I was gardening and I think I needed that more than I needed to focus on making money. I needed to just kind of relax because I don't allow myself to relax very often. Hi, Sasha. And I think a lot of, at least the people I'm friends with that I talk to, I think a lot of us are guilty of not relaxing. And even when I do relax, I feel the whole time like I'm wasting time and I should be doing something productive, but maybe that should be my resolution, to not feel bad for relaxing, but I don't think I have it in me. Sasha, I'm not sure yet if it's worth buying. I think it sews decently. It's definitely like a learning curve for me. It's different to sew on. So, hey, Marion. It could be you, Lauren. I think it could be you. Brittany, I know she's also guilty of that. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm kind of testing out if it's worth buying or not. It does sew nice. So I still would recommend an industrial over this if you could get it. But if that's not an option for you, then I do think that this is maybe a good option. It's better than a domestic, I think, for sewing through heavier materials probably. We'll see when I sew like the bottom panel on. Lorianne, I'm sewing the Apothecary, the handbag, smaller sized. Yeah, handbag and tote, so this handbag size. Well, that's a good resolution, Annie, or goal, to be more intentional with your time in 2025. I do have projects cut out. I need to be moving, not just sitting here looking at the comments. Okay, so pocket panel lining B goes right side down on that, and then we'll sew that together using a 3/8 inch seam allowance. So I do plan to do more like live, YouTube live in 2025. And I didn't really set a goal of like a number of patterns to release this year. I kind of have 6 in my head because that doesn't seem too overwhelming if I did one every other month. At some point I wanted to do like one a month. That's not realistic for me. I still work full time, so I need to be realistic about what I try to do. Thank you, Marion. I love my sewing space too. This was a 2-car garage that was already closed off before we bought the house. And when we looked at the house, I thought, well, that's going to be my sewing room. So that's the main reason why I wanted to buy this house. Well, that's good, Beth, to keep your goals attainable. Oh, wow, at least 30 bags cut out. So I hate cutting. So I don't ever cut unless I'm ready to sew. One thing on the sewing machine, you need to make sure that the needle is all the way down if you want to backstitch before you start backstitching. And the stitch length when it backstitches is like shorter than the stitch length that you're sewing with, most likely. So I think that's something to keep in mind if it's going to be visible. I don't know if I love the zipper foot. I feel like I need it for this part, but then I also feel like it doesn't sit on the material enough to like pull it in. Hi, Nova. Jane, that is a very good, I no longer, so I used to have a problem. I'm trying to move my zipper out of the way and it's not working. Okay, got it. I used to have a problem telling people no when they would ask me to sew them things. So I guess that was never like a resolution or goal or anything, but I'm much better now about saying no for myself because I can't do everything. Yeah, so what I found, Sasha, instead of backstitching, what I did on some of my other stuff, when I get to the end, I'll do it right now. I stop with my needle down in the fabric. It's going to be off the edge. And then instead of backstitching, just turn it around and then stitch straight back over the stitches. So that way it's not changing the length of the stitches. I did that on any parts where it was going to be visible when I was just kind of messing around the other day. And I like the way the back stitching looks to do it like that instead. So, and honestly, when I was sewing bags on my 8700, my Juki 8700, it didn't like back stitching over real thick areas. Like the needle, instead of going down in the hole where it's supposed to go, it would scooch up and go down into the hole by the feed dogs, and then it would jam up. So I actually used to do that on my Juki. So I think that, or yeah, on the 8700, I think that's something that I could get used to if I use this bag always. So I don't think that's a big deal. And that's what I would prefer to do instead of back stitching. I feel like I made enough of these that I shouldn't have to look at the directions, but it's been too long. All right, so now we have to put the lining and exterior wrong sides together and away from the zipper. Oh no, I pulled the end of my zipper. I'm gonna just take my pull off and I'll put it back on after I sew this. All right, and I'm just gonna put a couple clips on here to kind of hold everything down. Cynthia, it does kind of tip. So I notice if I raise the presser foot and kind of like hold the top here when I do it, then it doesn't come with a table. So there's a case. There are different cases, I guess, that you can get. And I was kind of looking into, oh, you know what? It's not a bad thing that my zipper pull came off because I had it backwards. But anyway, I was looking into different case options. I was saying at the beginning of the video, I don't know if you were here yet, that there are, I found like a wooden base that they sell that's made for the Sailrite. So I don't know if it will fit this machine or not. I was just looking at that before this video. And then I found like a wooden case that has black, it looks like leather, but I'm sure it's not real leather, on the outside that has like the base and then little metal clips on the side. And then the part over the top. That's like $200. So I don't want to just buy it without looking into it more. That was on eBay, I think. And then I found a plastic case on Amazon, but I'm not sold on that one because the reviews weren't very good. Oh, you do have wooden, Marion, where did you get the wooden bases? Like, did they come with it or did you buy them somewhere? Because it has like 2 feet here in the back, but then it only has one under, kind of under where the needle is, a little bit over. So it is a little wobbly. So I do want to get some kind of a base to put it in. Etsy. Okay, cool. I'll look on Etsy then and see what I can find. I just did like a Google search. I didn't really put that much effort into it. I'm going to start this off hand stitching to see if I can. It doesn't want to. Sewing with the zipper foot on is not great. All right, let's see how this goes now. Oh, I think my bobbin's funky. Oh no, it seems okay. Okay, my hand cranking wasn't great. I skipped a couple stitches and my bobbin was funky, but don't tell anybody because I'm not going to fix it. I think it's inside the pocket. Nobody will see that, right? As long as the stitches don't pull out, which they could. Okay, so I think my biggest complaint right now, and it might be a me issue, is the fact that everything is covered in sewing machine oil, but I do think that I over-oiled it at the beginning, so. But if this was fabric, like that wouldn't be great because it would soak in. At least here I can wipe it off. Marion, I miss the knee lift so much. You don't realize how much you like use something like that until you don't have it. All right, I'm going to put my zipper pull back on. Yeah. Yeah, whatever. I should have actually waited until I had the top sewn on this. It's fine. Okay. All right, so we have that. All right, now I want to put the lining pocket panel B, which is the smallest piece like this, on top of this centered. I also feel like I'm much slower. I'm already slow, but I feel much slower on this sewing machine since I'm not used to it. All right, so I'm going to base this using a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Oh, and I do feel like the other thing that I kind of struggle with a little bit on this is speed. It's a little bit like touchy, like it to just go slow, but I think that's also just something you need to get used to because there isn't a speed adjustment. It's just based on how far you push the pedal down. All right, so also I guess if you lift the presser foot up and hold the bottom with your other hand, then it doesn't wobble. And it doesn't really wobble like while you're sewing. But I still want to get a base for it. Oh, I wanted to, yeah. Instead of back stitching again, I'm just going to keep turning it around when I can. Oh, okay, so you take this with you to your sister's house, Muriel? I don't think, I mean, I have an industrial, so I'm not going to use this, obviously, as my main machine. I just wanted to see if it was a good option. I guess if I ever, I don't plan on house sitting for anybody, but if I ever have to do something like that, that would be nice to have a good machine to take with me. All right, now I'm placing the other lining panel at the back of this. And then we'll sew this on using a 3/8 inch seam allowance. If you want to know how to break your sewing clips, you just put the presser foot down on them. They don't like that. Cynthia, it is pretty heavy. I think it's 43 pounds, I think is what it said in the listing. So it's portable, but it is heavy. But I was thinking about it, and I used to sew, like my very first sewing machine was my mom's old Kenmore that she bought when she was in high school in the 70s. And it's not any heavier than that, I think, which is also a very metal machine. So Yeah, so I think it's heavy, but still portable. Oh, wow. Yeah, I wouldn't want to go a whole month without sewing either, Muriel. Unless it was over the summer while I was gardening, and then I did probably go more than a month without sewing. All right, we're just going to backstitch here because I don't feel like doing all that. Oh, and then for anybody who didn't watch my last video, the way that the stitch length works, I'm going to turn this around. So this knob here is your stitch length. It goes up to a 6, which is all the way at the top. So I assume that like right here at this hump is like a 5. And then all the way down is to backstitch. And some of the paint's already chipping off here, so I don't, like, that's not great, but also like right on that hump is kind of where I set it. But I was thinking that I might make marks on the side with a Sharpie or something. Yeah, vintage machines are nice. I've never used a vintage Singer, but I feel like that Kenmore counts as vintage. Oh, it's oily down there too. And then to oil this, if you didn't see my last video, you have to actually take off this end panel over here and oil in there. You have to take off this top panel and oil in there, and then you have to flip it over and oil in the bottom too. And the instructions are not that great, but there are videos that I found online from Tandy Leather has some on this machine showing different stuff. I didn't watch an oiling video. I watched one for threading. I watched one for winding bobbins, which when I wound the bobbin, I had the thread going behind this pin up here, and it was catching on the handle. When they wind the bobbin, they go around the front of the pin. So that I learned. What else? I only watched a few of the videos, but they do have that. Apparently at some point in time, and they are out of stock right now, Tandy Leather had a like Tandy Consew that came with the case and everything, and it was different. I think it was red. I don't know. It was a different color, and it looked nice. But they were out of stock, so I don't think that that's something they currently carry. I don't know if they're available anywhere or not. So I think after this bag is done, I might make a leather ugly naked guy, but on my other machine. And probably not on live, but I think that's what I want to make myself to carry. A vintage Singer 403 for sewing cotton. Nice. I saw a vintage, I don't remember the brand, machine at Goodwill that was in a table, and it was only $5. And I wanted to buy it, but like I don't need it. And then my mom told me not to buy it because my grandma has the same one and she'll probably give it to me. I don't know. Or somebody has the same one. But either way, it was $5. I think I should have just bought it. Oh, awesome, Beth. I have the templates for Zip It Janice too. And I haven't made one in a long time, but those are so quick. And free, so free patterns are good. You know what? I think I have my zipper like misaligned right here, so I'm going to take it off one more time so I can put it back on and have it like lined up right. Now I have it wrong differently. One more time. Oh, nice. Yeah. 1950s machine. Was that one like a pretty color? Or I like how some of the older ones have like teal or turquoise, or they were pretty colors. Oh yes, Beth, those are really good for craft shows. I would assume. I've not done a craft show ever, but due to the quickness of it. Now I can't get my zipper pull back on at all. Oh, it was olive green. See, that's awesome. I wish they never stopped making sewing machines in fun colors. Oh, really, Cynthia? 200 bucks. It was $5 and it was in a table. See, I should have bought it. And that was a while ago, so I'm guessing they probably don't have it anymore. I don't remember the brand. It might have been white. Not white in color, but like the brand. Okay, I got my zipper pull back on. All right, now we're going to sew the bottoms together and then trim it. So the way that these pockets fall, I'm gonna grab these other clips. Happy New Year, Miralita. Miralita. I feel like I'm saying your name wrong, so I'm sorry. So the way that the bottom of these pockets are, because they're just cut out at the right, like all at the same size, you end up having two longer and two shorter. So we're going to sew those together and then trim it. So I'm just using these longer clips from Mormino because it will reach. And I usually keep these on my sewing table because I use them to clip pattern pieces on. You know what? Actually, I'm going to switch back from this zipper foot too because I don't really like it. And I'm not sewing zippers anymore. Huh. Goodwill only has sewing machines online and not in the stores. You know what I noticed? I feel like different, well, and I guess Goodwill's not really actually a great place, like their corporate policies and things, but different Goodwills in different counties or something have different prices. Because I noticed one that I went to, like their stuff was priced way higher. Jennifer, my machine only came with the 1 foot and I bought zipper feet. When I think when I added this to my cart, it had like at the bottom on Amazon, it had like frequently purchased together and it showed the zipper feet. And I thought, let me just buy those now because I'm going to want them. And if I don't, then I'll regret it. So it only came with the one, but this came with a left and right zipper foot. And it was $32.12 with tax. And I purchased it from, I don't know if this says the name of the seller. I don't want to put my Q-Tech sewing supplies. It was on Amazon though. The description is left and right outside zipper foot for Consew CP206R. So you're welcome. If you can't find it, let me know, and I can try to link it. So yeah, absolutely, Cynthia. The CEO being for profit. I like to shop at thrift stores, and I don't have many options locally to me. But Goodwill's whole practice, I don't like. All right, so we're going to sew the bottom of this I have using a 1/2 inch seam allowance. I'm just going to sew it and then trim the bottom off. So you know what, Cynthia, we don't have a Salvation Army anymore. We used to have Salvation Army and I preferred going there, and they don't have it anymore. But I do like thrift shopping just because you never know what you're going to find. And because I'm cheap, so. Or when it's warm out, I like to go to garage sales. Cynthia, I'm in Ohio. So there could be Salvation Army stores somewhere else that I'm not aware of, but I don't think the one that we had near me is. Yeah, I agree that Goodwill shopping is anxiety inducing. I feel like whenever I go, there's so many people, and anywhere that I'm shopping, if I'm like down an aisle and somebody gets real close behind me, like I don't like it, and I just have to like get out of there. Not just Goodwill, any store. And I feel like that happens a lot. People don't give me my space. I don't like anybody in my personal space. Happy New Year, Kim. Oh, they do have them in Cleveland still. I have not sewed any cotton on it yet, Lorraine. I'll have to try it. Like interfaced cotton, or yep, I'm about 2 hours from Brittany. So we usually, if we meet up, we will meet in Cleveland. Oh yeah, Lorraine's not that far. Lorraine is maybe 35 minutes from me, I think. You know what? I haven't found a lot of fabric at Goodwill or Salvation Army. Oh, jeans though. Well, and I've seen people do that with like leather coats and such. Oh, I like to make sure I hold my threads and I don't see the other one. Strongsville is actually where me and Brittany met last to get tacos at Baria. I'm saying it wrong. I know I am. Because I even I think I Googled the wrong name of the place when we went there. Baria, yes, thank you. Which was amazing, by the way. Their queso, delicious. Even though I was like, oh no, I'm dieting, I'm not going to have any queso. And then Brittany's like, well, you can have some of mine if you want. And I probably ate half of it. So, hey, Wendy, Happy New Year. All right, so we have our front panel. Oh, camera's on the wrong side. I'm used to it being on that side. We have our front panel and the lining panels are on it. And now we're just going to baste, I think, the sides together. a 1/4 inch seam allowance. I do have in the instructions to trim it, so I think I'll baste it together and then trim it. So I'm going to put some clips on here to hold it. I'm going to actually use these longer clips. So I guess one nice thing about the sewing machine is that you can scooch it out of your way to get more work room in front of you. I have never done a craft fair with Brittany. I am going to Sew Whatever Studio in March. I don't know if you all know that. And we're doing like a open sew. There's only one ticket, I think, left last time I checked, which I actually looked today. I don't want to lie. I saw that the Sew Whatever Summit tickets go on sale January 10th, and I went to look at that, and then I clicked over to see if there were any tickets left for my class, or it's more like an open sew, not like we're doing one pattern that I'll be teaching, but that like I'll be there to help you and you can sew any of my bags that you want. So it's going to be a lot of fun, but there is one ticket left for that for a 1181. So yes. So, I mean, if you're looking to go to a class, one ticket left. It's March 21st to 23rd, I think. Oh, we could totally do a local thing. Brittany, are you done feeding your cats yet? That would be fun. I don't know about the logistics of planning it. That's not my deal. And it would have to be like something where people brought their own sewing machines or something. But that would be fun. Yeah, I didn't realize there were so many people in Ohio either. Until, I don't know what I just dropped on the floor. Until doing these lives and kind of talking about where we're at. And a lot of people are local. Oh, sorry about the microphone. So we might have a problem when I go to, oh, I found it. I lost a connector, I thought, so, but I've got them all. So, and it's surprising too that there's so many people in Northern Ohio. One of my best friends, Cindy, who owns the Nosy Pepper Embroidery, she lives in Cincinnati, Ohio, so she's a little bit further away. There are a lot of people in Minnesota too. It's cool when you have people local. All right. Tiffany, you could. You and Brittany can come over here and poke around. You could like organize it for me and clean it because I need that. I ordered some new shelves. So the shelves that Brittany has for her thread from IKEA, I just ordered those like last week. They haven't been delivered yet. But currently I have my thread on like the IKEA pegboard in the little shelves. But it's not big enough to hold the threads, the wizardry cones. So I bought different shelves that I'm going to put up, I think, above my Juki. And then, I don't know. I need help. I'm not good at organizing. I like a nice organized space, but I don't know what to buy or I feel overwhelmed. I don't know. I feel like I need more furniture, but I don't know what. So if somebody can come do that for me. So I'm going to go to the cutting table and trim the sides of this. I think you can probably still see me over here. Oh, I don't know where the ruler that I want is at. All right, so I used a piece of the template for the Apothecary from, yeah, the place where I buy my templates. I'm horrible. Is there any class close to Southern California? Not that I know of, but. So Wendy, you can probably sell the printed vinyl if you wanted to. Oh, Kim, that's a good idea for the thread. I have those over-the-door shoe holder things that I put my zipper tape in, and that works pretty well. But then I actually, nope, you can't see them here. They're nailed. It's nailed to the wall. You would give it away if some. Where are you at, Wendy? What state are you in? Oh, Cynthia, the cutting table. I made that out of Kallax units from IKEA. Oh, there's a pegboard on the end here. This is what I have my thread in, is like this pegboard with these little trays. But they're not big enough for the wizardry thread. But this side has the wine bottle inserts, and then I have my vinyl and cork and stuff in there. The other side, I don't have the inserts, and I have my fabric in it wrapped around boards. North Carolina. If anybody's in North Carolina and wants to go visit Wendy, she has some vinyl. She'll just give it to you. Rhea, I do not know. I do think I saw something was in Southern California, but I'm not sure what. Hi, Yvonne. Happy New Year to you. All right, I need to keep sewing. This is what's bad about live. I stop and I'm just talking instead of, okay, Sacramento maybe. Do we know who's hosting that somebody could look up information? So I'm going to clip the side panels on. Yep, Nancy said there is something in Sacramento. So I guess if K-Dill and So Many Creations are going to be there, you could probably get info for that from one of them or on their pages, maybe. All right, so I'm going to sew this on using a half-inch seam allowance, I think. Yes, 1/2 inch. Sack, Bag, and Sew Expo. Okay. So anybody that's in California looking for something to do, that sounds like it'll be fun. Oh, Nova's going to be there too? Are you teaching a class, Nova, or? I guess I don't know much about it. I do think I saw that it was a thing, but I knew it wasn't something I'd be going to and didn't pay that much attention to it. Hi, Rosa. All right, I don't know if I like my alternative way of back stitching where I'm just flipping this around. I think I like it better than using the back stitch feature on this machine. Yes, that template shop, thank you. So I love having templates, and that is kind of how I decide sometimes, how to make a bag, because I hate cutting so much, and it's just so much easier when you have a template. So why is my thread all funky? I think I broke my thread or something. I don't know what happened. Hi, Nicole. I didn't know I was going live either for sure until an hour before I did. Oh, cool. You're teaching 2 classes, September 11th through 14th. So if anybody's in Southern California and wants to go to an event, there is an expo, and Shanova is going to be teaching there. That's cool. So I don't know why my thread broke, but I feel like it was a user error more than anything. You know, Brittany and Beth were supposed to have a class for Mr. Heckles. I don't remember which bags they were going to do in North Carolina, and that was canceled. Mr. Heckles, Moon Dance, and Midnight Kiss. Yes. Cynthia, thank you. It was actually not that hard to build either. I mean, my husband helped me. I saw the general idea of it on Pinterest, and then I added, the top was also from IKEA. I don't remember the name of it, but oh, a 6-hour drive is not that bad, Yvonne. Or I don't think, in the grand scheme of things. And then I added wheels also on the cutting table so that I can move it if I need to. And then this, hi, Brittany. Okay, Brittany, so while you were gone, we were talking because there are like actually quite a few people here in Northern Ohio. And they think that we should have like some kind of a local class or something. But it would definitely have to be like a domestic bring your own machine situation. And I honestly don't know the first thing about how to go about planning something like that. But it could be fun if we did something like that. So, yeah, right? Or maybe we could persuade Lauren to come to Ohio too. She knows how to plan. I don't know if you have time for anything like that. Okay, Lauren, Brittany, win the lottery. That is our plan. And then we'll have a cat sewing studio. Oh, Toledo. I don't know if we would go Toledo. I don't know. But it would be fun. Yeah, Beth, we're not too far from you either, so you could drive here. Oh, I wonder if we could find a sponsor for now. I want to do this. So maybe that should be my 2025 goal, is to figure out how to do this. Like if Brittany's in it with me though, because I can't do it by myself. So I don't have any quilt shops local to me, but maybe there's something. I'm sure like in Cleveland or Toledo, there's something. Yes, Brittany, you guys do need to come. I can't have everybody at my house, but Brittany and Tiffany, you are welcome. Pins and needles. Okay, I'm not familiar with them, but I'll check it out. The only like sewing machine shop I have near me is like a repair shop, and I think they sell like quilting machines more than anything else. So yes, Barnes and Hale. Oh, Brittany, is that the place that was at the sewing expo that we went to their little station? I think they gave Thea some keychains. Okay, cool. Yes, let's do it. Okay, don't anybody count on this happening, but like I for real will look into it. Oh, cool. Yes, Shanova, you are definitely more than welcome also. That would be so freaking cool if we can really do this. Everybody can come to Ohio, right? Yeah, I think so, Tiffany. It was something like that. Yes, I forgot Thea repeated that. Yeah, that was funny. In between her just wanting to leave because that was probably the worst day of her life. So the rule is if your kids get a new scooter, don't make them go hang out at the sewing expo all day because they will not like it. That was funny though. Okay, so I'm mostly struggling with speed on this. New Hampshire near the ocean. That's nice. Ah. Okay, I don't know what I did, but something's not working here. I feel like I wonder if I grabbed the center instead of just this and it like loosened up. Everything is greasy. I think that's my fault still, but I like went way overboard with the oil. But I was reading on the reviews that it really needed to be oiled, and I don't know. It's still messing up. So I think it doesn't want to sew over the ends of my zipper here. So maybe it's not as great as like a regular industrial. Because this Luxe vinyl is pretty easy to sew, I think. Oh, it is getting, the motor's pretty hot too, like warm. I don't think the bobbin is stuck. Patricia, this is a Consew CP206RL. This is not my main machine, but I bought it to check out because it was marketed, it skipped a stitch too. It was marketed as a portable walking foot leather sewing machine. And I was like, well, heck, let me try that out. So yeah, I feel like it's okay, but it's not like, I don't know. It's no Juki. So what's that trick about taking a needle and a piece of thread and like sewing over your skipped stitch? Because I don't want that on the front of the bag. Or should I just forget about it? Because I don't even know if I have like a hand sewing needle anywhere. I know I own some, but I don't know where they're at. Oh, nice, Veronica. You have a whole slew of sewing machines. So you do love the sale, right? I feel like this is fairly comparable to the Sailrite, but windy. Yes, it is smooth lux. I think it's got like a kind of a sheen to it. It's watermelon is the color. And I think when I just looked on there, they still had it. Oh, there, I think Brittany just linked it. So yeah, maybe the Sailrite is better for heavier. Oh, okay, that's the name of the smooth. Yeah, smooth lux is something different. Yes, there is only the one weekend left, so somebody should snag it because we're gonna have fun. We're gonna have a skip stitch on the front of the bag. I don't care. All right, so next is my connectors, which I already made. So I'm just going to place these on the front and the back. Hopefully, I guess we'll see how it sews through the bulk of the connectors. Lauren, it does take oil, but it doesn't like hold oil. It's not self-oiling. So I had to like literally take the end off and take the top off and then flip it over to oil all the parts. And I like really oiled it. So it's also leaking everywhere. Insert the needle from the back. Okay, Muriel. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of, but I don't know if I have a hand sewing needle. Happy New Year, Linda. So the actual motor part, I don't think you don't put any oil in that. I hope not. And it's not really that hot. It just startled me because it was warm. So oh, maybe I do need to oil it. It seems pretty oiled, but part of this could be like me, and this is like my first bag on this. So it kind of went through that connector fine. That's 5 layers. What needle is in it? I think it's a size 21 needle. It came with, or well, it's the needle that it had in it when it came. But all the pack of needles that it came with, which it actually came with like 10 needles, and they are size 21. So I assume that that's what's in it also. I'm just kind of hitting the ends of the thread with the lighter. Okay, and now I have the top panels, which are slightly angled on the side, but it's like such a slight angle that when I cut them out, I mark top on there so that I know, because it's easy to get that part upside down. I've done it. We'll have to see how well it sews over the connectors here. Okay, so this is a 1/2 inch seam allowance. And I should have backstitched first. I do have my hump jumper somewhere too. Yeah, I think it's helpful to mark the top because it's easy to look. I'm over here trying to use my knee lift that I don't have. Okay, it is struggling going through the layers and my thread broke. So maybe whichever Sailrite that was is probably stronger than this machine. It actually like shredded the thread up. It's all tangled around the needle. It could be. All right, let's try a different needle out too. No, I don't want that screwdriver. Oops. Hang on. I don't want to leave that needle on the floor because I'll definitely step on it later. Yeah, I figure it can't hurt. And it takes the same needles as my 1181, so that's nice because I already have a bunch plus the ones that it came with. Okay. All right, let's give this a try. And I think too, this foot's like thicker than what's on my Juki, so it's kind of partway over the hardware, and I don't think that's helping. I'm going to switch out to one of these zipper feet. I think this one. Hey, Karen. It's going okay, I guess. As okay as it can for me using this machine that I'm not used to. I just broke my thread sewing over the handle connector. So I swapped out the needle and I'm actually putting on my zipper foot so I can get closer to the hardware. All right. All right, that is sewing through easier. I'm going to back stitch across this though. So maybe I did just need a new needle because that actually sewed through that pretty easily. And now I'm stuck on the hardware. I think most of these problems are me related more than anything. I'm going to back stitch across this connector also. I don't love the back stitching on it at all. And I don't really like sewing with the zipper foot as much as the regular foot because it doesn't like want to grab the fabric and walk it as much. It's very small. Yeah, I didn't use the hump jumper on the second part. So I think that the needle was definitely dull. That helped a lot switching it out. Let's see. It's not my best sewing, but there are probably some like long stitches. Not necessarily skipped, but I think I should have used the hump jumper coming down off of the first connector. The second one didn't do it. All right, so now we top stitch this beneath the seam, right? Yeah. I guess this will be the true test because top stitching this is very thick. I'm going to switch the feet back out. I do not like switching my feet. Okay. What do you mean by the mechanism, Kim? Like the reverse lever? Right, the top stitching will show. Okay. That's good to know, Jennifer. All right, what are the LS model machines? Is that like their industrials or? The feet are definitely different than my Juki feet. And my thread is like caught in the foot. Okay. Okay. Yeah, the reverse mechanism. I don't love that part, but it's okay. Could be worse. They're portable machine. Okay. I'll have to look at the different parts and different feet that are available. All right, so I'm going to top stitch this using an 1/8 inch seam allowance. Hopefully. Hang on. I keep starting like 1/2 inch into the bag with my top stitching and then skipping a big part. All right, here's where it gets thick. I don't feel good about this. I don't know if I need to be hand cranking it. Yeah, I feel like, I don't know. All right, so my stitches got a little bit short there for a second when I was going through really thick spots. Yeah, I don't think I would want to sew leather on this. I have like some dark stuff on some of my, I don't know if you can see the stitches very good. It's got like some dark stuff on it there, like it was stuck in something mechanical. I don't know. I probably could have slowed down. It might have helped. Well, enjoy your walk with your dog, Lorraine. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should have tried something easier and quicker for the first bag on this. All right. Proceed on the next side. Yeah, I don't feel like this should necessarily be marketed as a bag for leather. And it's not tearing up the vinyl, but I could see where it maybe would tear up leather. I feel like my overall opinion right now is, I don't know, if you can afford an industrial, like a true industrial, that's the way to go. I don't know if this is better than other portable industrials because I haven't used any other ones. I don't know that I would want to sew all my bags on this. Like, it's not really that enjoyable to sew on, so. And it could just be that I'm not used to it yet. And maybe with time, it wouldn't be so bad. Well, thank you, Cynthia. At least it's enjoyable for somebody. I'm going to see if I can just make it with my regular foot on this side because I really don't want to swap out again. I'm kind of just like plowing through this. Brittany, exactly. Like, I feel like the 1181 is definitely a better machine than this machine. But maybe if I wasn't used to sewing on that and I was coming from a domestic machine, I think that this would feel like it's definitely stronger than the Brother machine. I could never sew an all vinyl bag on my domestic that I used to use. But yeah, I do think some of the struggle, Kim, I think is me. I don't think it's all the machine. Happy New Year, Wendy. But, and just because I'm not used to this, like, I think that's a good part of the struggle. But I am looking forward to making something else on my 1181 when I'm done with this. Okay, so that side looks a little bit better than the other side. Oh, Brittany used one of the special emojis, and that just made me think. Let me see if I can gift these 1 month free memberships or not. Maybe I don't have the ability to do that. No, it still wants to charge me. I wonder why I don't get free ones. There has to be something to do with the number of members that you have. I don't know how to make this go away. Oh, right there. There has to be something to do with the number of members that you have or something, and I don't have enough. Oh, cool. So Wendy, how do you like it? Do you like, is that like your main sewing machine? And do you have any other industrial, and how do you like it in that respect? Michelle, I have not used the Janome HD9. I don't know how much does that one cost? So the main reason why I bought this was because it was marketed as a portable walking foot industrial leather sewing machine. And I wanted to check it out and see if it was like as good as the 1181. And I don't think it is, but there isn't a minimum. So I don't know what my deal is, why I can't give away memberships. Maybe, I don't know. All right, 1 second. I'll be right back. All right, so hopefully you guys can see me. My nose was running. $2,000. Okay, so that would be one reason. I'm not in Australia, so I guess this would probably, I feel like Australia dollar is twice the American dollar. So this was $450 US. So that was one of the reasons, the price. I wanted to see if there was a good cheap machine. Okay, yeah, so that's one good reason. Kathy, that's exciting. A new 1541. I can't wait to see your Mr. Heckles. Okay, cool. So I went through, I guess with the top stitching, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 layers. 8, 7. I don't know. And it was like okay-ish, but a little bit like it was, I don't know, not great. But maybe I also could have taken my time and tried harder. But I'm also just like used to my machine, which is not this. And I think I just broke my throat again. Yes, I did. So I think I maybe should have used something a little thinner for the connectors, but like this is something that I could sew on my 1181 with no problem. So I figure it should be able to sew the same. Oh, you know what else? I have double-sided tape inside the connectors, and I wonder if it doesn't like that. Because I do hear people talk about their machine doesn't like the double-sided tape. And my Juki doesn't mind it, but maybe this one does. All right, so I'm going to rip out a couple of these stitches where the thread just broke. Yeah, I just kind of wiped the stuff off the needle when I rethreaded it. Oh, that's good to know, Valerie. I think the price was definitely one of my big drivers to get this machine, just because I wanted to find, it seems to be very similar to the Sailrite, which is also pretty pricey. So I just wanted to see if it was good, if I would recommend it. I don't honestly know if I would. It's not a bad machine, but I think it's just that I'm not used to it. Okay. All right, so I'm going to try to resume top stitching in the same hole, and then I'll tie the threads off in the back. Oh, I'm top stitching way crookedly. This bag is going to look awful, you guys. Like, not good. But I don't care. There might not be any pictures of the back of it. We'll just say that, because I just top stitched totally crooked and my thread started to shred again, which is actually what my 8700 used to do if I sewed over something too thick. Oh, this looks horrible. That's exactly it, Nicole. I don't think it's a bad machine. I think it's just because it's not what I'm used to. And I really like the 1181, and I'm so used to like exactly how that sews. Oh, that's awesome, Nicole. Oh, Beth, no, I'm not. Trust me, it's bad. You might not be so excited to see me use the Consew after a little while. Am I threading left to right? Yes. I'm threading it the same way that I thread my Juki, which I think is right. Oh, I'm not going to return it, Cynthia. I didn't buy it to be like my main sewing machine or anything. I don't want to return it, especially since I've been using it. I don't think anything's wrong with it. I think it's just different than what I'm used to. I'm also horrible about returning things that actually should be returned, so I won't ever be doing that. I'm tying my thread off in the back, trying to, even though it's kind of short from where my thread broke and I rethreaded. Yeah, you know what? It's fine. I'm going to like just melt the threads together. It's fine. I'm not going to use this bag. I was thinking I could like give it away, but nobody's going to want it. So, Beth, do you want to see where I'm not being too hard on myself? Look at that top stitching. So I was just kind of not paying attention and going fast. So I'm not being too hard on myself. It looks bad. But I'm not redoing it. So thank you. Oh, the manual says the opposite? I think it was threaded that way though from the start. Oh, I threaded it. I didn't think, I don't know where I put the manual. Oh. Do you know I didn't actually read this? Well, it doesn't actually thread the machine. So it doesn't actually tell me how to thread it. So, oh my gosh, Beth, it's not going to be for sale. I would not sell this. So Wendy, do you see, I don't see where it says the direction. Oh, okay. Use 135/17 needle, size 18 to 23. Install needle as illustrated. When inserting a new needle, make sure that the 1 inch long groove on the needle faces to the left. I don't know what the 1 inch long groove. That seems backwards to me. No, I think that's the way I had it. But then it doesn't tell me which way to put the thread in. So I just assumed it was left to right. Because this is the way that the needles go into my 1181. Wendy, I think you would do amazing things with this pattern because your Mr. Heckles are so great. You know what else? I have in the pattern to put Decoville light on that top panel, and I did not do that. And I'm not going to. And I'm also going to skip the side crossbody connectors. The tension loop on the left before. So, you want to see the front? So here's like the tension knob, and there's this little loop. You know what? My thread's not in there. I guess that could be part of my problem. I bet you when it came unthreaded, it pulled out of there and I didn't notice it. Okay, so there's part of my problem probably. Told you it was probably me. So that could be part of the issue. Left to right. Okay, so I'm doing it right. Or based on somebody's YouTube anyway. Nicole, Mr. Heckles is great. I think. I mean, gosh, that sounds like I'm full of myself. I like Mr. Heckles. I think Mr. Heckles, Apothecary, and Ugly Naked Guy are maybe my favorite bags of my patterns. Okay. So it is threaded left to right. But I did not have it through that tension thing, and that might be part of my problems. So I'm going to line the sides up. So yeah, after this, I'm going to cut out an Ugly Naked Guy in leather that I'm going to sew for myself on my Juki. Also not live though. I think I might play some music and just sew. Which I don't do enough. I feel like whenever I sew, I'm like, oh, I should go live. Or, oh, I should be filming a video of this, and then I can't listen to music. It's in the hole in front of the needle. Yes, it is in that hole. I'm sorry. I was like looking at it like, I don't know which hole you're talking about. Oh, Wendy, I would be honored if that was your first bag of 2025. Frank Jr. and Transponster. I do like the Transponster also. Frank Jr. is not my kind of bag, but I was thinking that I kind of want to make a leather one, even though that sounds hard because it's not like the easiest. That front pocket gets me. Yours look great. I feel like yours look better than mine do. All right, so we're going to sew this together using a half seam allowance. I should probably put my presser foot down. Six Mr. Heckles. Yeah, I love the way it comes together, Mr. Heckles, because it looks difficult, but it's really not that hard to sew. Wendy did read that too, so I'm hoping that after more use it gets easier. Well, and I think just getting used to it will help. Although I don't know how much I'll sew on it. Because I do like my Juki. 8 or 9 Mr. Heckles. That's cool. You have made more Mr. Heckles than I have. Both of you have. I think I made, I think I only made 4. Oops. Okay, I need to make sure. I'm so used to, on my Juki, I have the needle positioner, so it stops with the needle down, and it needs to be down to go into reverse and not mess anything up, and I keep on just going into reverse and not making sure the needle is all the way down first. Oh, look at that. That's a good start of 2025. My bobbin ran out right at the end of that. So, what a good place for a bobbin to run out. And I already have another one made, so. Well, kind of a half of one, because I think this is the first one I wound. Huh. Well, that's not a bad problem to have, Wendy. If you keep on making the bags and selling them. Did you sell the Tiffany blue one? Because that was pretty. Yes, I won bobbin chicken. I do have the Not Today bobbin magnet on my machine, so maybe that's why. I feel like that's a good sign for the year. I'm going to have a good year. Have I thought about redoing the Apothecary with boxed corners? I have not, because I personally like oval bottoms. I know that everybody doesn't. I think I have seen some people hack it to have box corners. So, I mean, I know it can be done, but I have not, and I probably won't. Oh, that would be hard to sell that one, Wendy. Thank you, Nicole. I like oval bottoms in a lot of bags, but most of the bags that don't have an oval bottom was me trying to make sure I make things that also don't have an oval bottom for other people. All right. So we are this far. It's not the worst thing ever, but probably not the best. Trim the seam allowance down. I'm not looking forward to sewing the oval bottom on this machine. I like to sew my bottoms on using my zipper foot, and the zipper foot on this is not, it's like this. So the right or the left side of it, you can't get like as close to what you're sewing as you can with the zipper foot on my Juki. All right, I'm skipping the crossbody connectors. I was going to put them on, but I'm not doing it. All right, so I guess we're going to jump in here and do the bottom of this. I don't know if I'll finish the whole entire bag on live or ever. I will eventually. Okay, I did not mark my centers, so I'm going to do that real quick. All right, and then I did not mark the centers of the front and back either, so. I know, Nicole, I don't know why I didn't just make like the Midnight Kiss pouch or something. That would have probably been an easier choice for the first bag, but I really wanted to make an apothecary. Oh, that's a good idea, Allison, to sew around twice. But then I might have to wind another bobbin. We'll see. I might do that. I also previously did not ever staple the bottoms, and I know some people really like that, and I did buy a small stapler, not the best one. So I might try that also, because I feel like I can use all the extra help that I can get right now. So yeah, maybe I'll sew around once with my regular foot on at like a 1/4 inch seam allowance or something, and then go around a second time. Oh, that's awesome, Jennifer. I have never upsized my Midnight Kiss pouch. I have templates at the regular size, or a template. So it's always easy to just grab the template and cut it out. Oh, that's true, Karen, that you're able to see the limitations. Like, I think maybe for the connectors, had I used webbing instead of the vinyl, that would have been easier, like seatbelt webbing, that's thinner. I feel like sewing something nice and straight, it does make nice stitches. And seriously, half of the limitation is me not being used to it, but yeah, it's hard not to feel defeated because you're so used to, I guess, your abilities on a different machine. And then to use something different and have what you're doing not look great is not fun. I do think I'm going to put some staples in this, just in the very edge, if they'll go through the vinyl. They will. Yeah, that can be, if you wanted to upsize or downsize the main kiss, that would be easy since it's just the one main piece. Other patterns that have like more interest, not to upsize. And there goes my internet. Sorry about anything being glitchy. I'm guessing that my son probably just got on a video game. We were doing good. You can also break clips with staplers. That's for sure, Valerie. And I do think that I wouldn't be able to give a fair assessment of that just based on a pouch, but also it would have been easier to make a pouch first before I jumped into something like this. But all right, I think I actually sew or staple all the way around this and take the clips off, because I think that'll help me struggle a little bit less. Who has a good stapler that they like for this? I bought this one, I think at Walmart, honestly. And it's just like super cheap and tiny and not great. But I honestly didn't think I would use it. And I have a few times now. Oh, Wawak. Wow. I know I'm saying that wrong. They have a stapler. I'll have to check it out. Oh, the Tim Holtz stapler. I have seen people using that. So I think I put these close enough to the edge that I can just cut off the seam allowance when I'm done. Oh, thanks, Cynthia. I'll check that out too. Like I want one that has like not much on the end so I can see exactly where I'm stapling. Okay, I'll definitely check out the Wawak one. I know I'm not saying that right. Nope, I'm out of staples. Oh, a Bosch stapler on Amazon. So I think also this thing only holds like 15 or 20 staples or something because it's so tiny. All right, but I think that will probably help me more than having clips flying off while I'm trying to sew on this machine that I'm not used to. Okay. Are we ready for this? I don't know if I am. Let me move my iPad back out of the way. Oh, hey, Melissa. You tuned in probably at the most difficult part while I'm about to sew the bottom on. I think I'm just going to go for it at 1/2 inch. I don't know if I want to sew around twice. So just do it. Fingers crossed that I don't mess it up worse than I already have. I do think that I would like to have a light. I guess I have a light I could have brought over here, but I miss there being a light down here. And I was going to use purse feet also, but then I didn't feel like it, so I didn't feel like putting them in. But I do have rainbow screw-in purse feet that I got from Mormino. I thought about it. I'm going to throw another staple on here. Oh, cool. Amazon Classic Rapid K1. I'm going to remember that. And I know I won't come back to look at the comments, so I'm going to write that down real quick. Okay. I don't know what I just clicked on. Okay. Well, that's cool, Nicole. I still need to order a good light for my Juki too. I have like a cheap one that I got at Walmart, but I think I want to get I don't know, something better, brighter, bigger. I just wanted to make sure, I guess, that I liked it where it was. Oh, and I didn't want to wait for shipping. So I wanted something that my husband actually went and bought it for me. Oh, that sounds good too. Amazon Bostage Office B8 plier stapler. Okay, a plier stapler. Does that mean it has like the little thing on one side that you can take the staples back out? Hi, Maria. Oh, it has handles. Okay, yeah, one with handles is kind of what I want, I think. I know what you're talking about. I have staples hanging out everywhere. So did everybody actually stay up until midnight last night? Because I went to bed at 10. Hey, Nicole, have you ever looked at those lights that you like stick inside the throat? They're like little, I don't know. They like just stick right on. Huh, you're in bed at 10 p.m. too. I'm glad I'm not the only one. I kind of fell asleep on the couch, honestly, at like 7. Oh, I love it. Oh, you're up until 2 a.m. Okay, if I was with friends or something, Not on my own, sitting in my living room. It makes me tired. And I had to work yesterday, so I was up at like 4:30 anyway. There's no way I can stay up until midnight. I feel like I'm too old for that now. I used to stay up and sew until like 2 a.m. and I can't do it anymore. Well, I didn't used to get up at 4:30. The new year will definitely be here, whether you stay awake or not. My dad usually will call me on New Year's Eve at midnight and tell me Happy New Year. So I texted him before I went to bed and let him know I was going to bed. Happy New Year early. Please don't call me at midnight. See, by nature, I think I am a night owl. But by necessity, I have to get up early so I can go to work. So I am tired and then I go to sleep early. If I had my way, I would stay up and sleep in. Oh, you have a 3D printer, Kathy? That's fun. That was something, my son didn't ask for one, but I kind of looked at one for him for Christmas, and then I ended up not getting it because I didn't want to spend that much money on something that I wasn't sure he would actually like or not. So, Nancy, I'm a ways off from retirement. So when that happens, though, I think that's how my mom is. She stays up late and sleeps in. Okay, so mostly this doesn't look bad, but there are a couple skip stitches. So I'm going to go around the corner and fix that real quick. My armrests are hitting the desk. Oh, that sounds so nice. See, Rhea, I could be just like that. Stay up until 4 a.m. So my husband likes to go to sleep early and wake up early. And we've always been opposite like that. If I didn't have to work. And then on the weekends, I can't do it anymore because I'll get off schedule. And then on Sunday night, I won't be able to go to sleep. So Kathy, what kind of things do you make on your 3D printer? Like, are you making any sewing accessories? Maybe I should just buy myself one. Whoops. All right, so that looks better now. Dang it. All right, I'm going to trim the seam allowance and cut these staples off. I'm going to actually pull a couple of them out so I don't I don't want to cut on a staple with my scissors. He 3D printed the armor for his cosplay, like a whole big suit out of, that's a lot. Well, I feel like I have a lot more years before I actually can retire, so I'll be on my go to bed early, wake up early schedule. I took off the week, well, I guess Wednesday, Thursday, Friday before Christmas week, and then I was off all week during Christmas. And I had to set my alarm for like 6 in the morning at least, so that I would not get my schedule all out of whack, because I knew that when it was time to go back to work, I would have troubles getting back on track, because I really do like to stay up late. I think I like to be up late sewing when everybody else is sleeping. But I don't ever do that anymore. Oh, cool, Kathy. I want to see the tortured colors department poster. I don't know if do I want to flip this right side out? I mean, like, we want to see it, right? So I'm going to. You know what, Katrina? I haven't used a Juki TL 2010, so I couldn't tell you. And I probably am not going to buy one of those to test it out to see. I know it's definitely more heavy duty than my brother domestic machine that I had. But the Juki is, I think, semi-industrial, right? So. Oh, that's awesome. 3D printed inserts from Etsy for your semi-industrial toolbox, or your mini toolbox. Oh, I saw those cute little mini toolboxes and I wanted one, but I didn't need it, so I didn't get it. Oh, Brittany, I saw it on your table in your cutting video. What were you cutting out the other day? Oh, you're Gabriella. Gabriella. I think of Gabby, not whatever the full name. And I saw that. Okay. That could be similar. So it might be similar, but less, I think it's probably more mechanical and less, I don't know. It's heavier, I'm guessing. Okay, not my best bottom, but it's not awful looking. Overall, the bag doesn't look horrible from the front. That top stitching on the back was a way off. So, you took your husband's little, I need to get one. I think they had them on clearance. I want to be done now. All right, what else should we do? So I guess I'm just going to keep on going. I don't know. For the lining. So the lining at the top is slightly more narrow than the bottom. So, and then I cut out a zipper overlay. I thought, yes, I cut out a zipper overlay instead of doing the regular interior zipper pocket, because overlays are easier, I think. All right, I'll keep going. Yes, it is watermelon vinyl. It was $12 on Black Friday. I missed that. I don't remember when I bought mine. I don't think, not that long ago. But I like sewing it so much that I just went on to Mormino the other day. And I ordered a bunch more of the Luxe vinyl that's like not glitter, because I always get glitter. So, oh, the toolbox was what? Oh, $12. Okay. Gosh, that's funny. Yeah, I mean, I'll just get it. Windy, it is not a drop-in, but you could do it as a drop-in very easily. Or is it a drop-in? I don't know. No, it's not. All right. And I I grabbed this tag that says sewn with chaos because I thought how appropriate for this. Feels kind of chaotic to me. Pira, I don't know. Still not used to it, so. I definitely like my Juki better. So it's not like a replacement for that, but it's not horrible. All right. How far down do I put the zipper? Okay, I'm just gonna like eyeball this because I don't feel like measuring. And I cut out the zipper overlay. I have templates from Carolina Little Stitches that have like a puzzle piece with the ends. I don't know how to explain it. Like the ends switch out, so you have different like rounded ends or square off ends. And I use that, and I think the 7.5 inch length. So I'm just putting this zipper overlay on here even with the stripes on the lining because I do think I cut that straight at least. And then I'm going to stick my tag underneath here. All right. Yeah, I like having the different sizes too, Maria. And I think ever since I started using zipper overlays, I don't like to make interior zipper pockets the other way because they just look better this way. I think mine look better this way. Okay, so I do feel like all of a sudden right now I'm able to control the speed a little bit better than I was. I don't know how I like going around a rounded curve. I will do like one stitch at a time and go slow. I do miss my knee lift, so. Oh, and I like using the zipper overlays also because you can stick one of the little woven tags under it, and I have so many of them when I remember to use them. And I did sign up for the 2025 sewing blurbs. And the, what are the other ones called? Uncensored or something. So. Pierre, it's not, I don't think it has to do with being lazy. I feel like this is almost the lazier way. Like it seems easier. Especially if you have like the templates. And it does add a bit of pizzazz. Yeah, I love getting the tags, and it's fun to get something in the mail every month. So I used to get makeup, like the makeup subscription things. I got BoxyCharm and I can't think what the other one was called right now. And I have so many like eyeshadow palettes that they'll last me the rest of my life. So I might as well get sewing stuff monthly instead. I don't know if I trust myself to like do just one stitch and not go further than that, and that's why I'm like doing this by hand. Oh, Pierre, I don't think you're being truthful right now. Yeah, I do think that the speed is a little hard to control, and that might be something that's not so bad once you're used to it. But I feel like when you press the pedal down, like it starts, like the motor starts to engage, and you can hear it, but it doesn't want to go slow. And then when it finally does kind of like start sewing, it just like takes off. But I do think I read in some of the reviews that that's something that also gets better over time, like after it's kind of broken. All right, now I want to make sure that I stop sewing in the same hole that I started, and I'm going to tie the threads off in the back. All right, so I'll leave the tails nice and long so that I can pull it to the back and tie it off. I do like being able to like push the machine out of my way. Oh, that's good to know, Wendy. I read that it would get better, so I assume that it will. And I feel like, honestly, already that zipper overlay, the speed was easier for me to control than it has been, so. And I feel like that doesn't look that bad. Yeah, there's definitely a learning curve, so I honestly feel like I would have to sew more than just this bag with it to like have a good, truthful opinion. Because I think it would take me a while to get used to. Well, heck, I feel like even when I first got my, oh, you made the biggest parachute knapsack. That's like, oh, maybe I'll just make that and I can carry this machine in it because it's that big. What was I going to say? Oh, when I first got my Juki 8900, that was like, probably like how this is for me to sew on it. Like it just felt wild and like I couldn't control the speed that well. And I think it was all just me needing to get used to it after being used to sewing on a domestic. So I totally think that that's half of my issue is just me not being used to the machine. Okay. So I cut the back part out of that. And now I'm going to take my zipper pocket panels and zipper. And I'll actually put the pull on it after I attach it to this. So I feel like every time I do this, I think it seems backwards. Nope, this is right. So I'm going to put the zipper right side up on the wrong side of the fabric. Here I have my 1181 is like up a little bit from the slowest, but not the slowest, but I do so slowly. So yeah, Marion, I have a servo motor too. It just, I feel like it was so much faster than my domestic that I was used to at that time. I didn't feel like I could control it as easy or something. Obviously I'm fine with it now, but I'm going to switch out to my zipper foot again. You know what? I actually could probably get away without the zipper foot for this. Is it the other way? Am I backwards? I might be. So maybe it's a good thing that I'm slow here. You know what? I think you're right. I want to sew it right side up on the right side. Because then when I flip it, yes, because then the inside of the pocket will be the right side. Thank you, Maria. It wouldn't be the first time that I've done it backwards. And I think I would probably just make the inside of the pocket be the wrong side of the fabric because I wouldn't want to fix it. All right, so I'm going to sew this using a 1/4 inch seam allowance, or however close I can get, I guess, next to the zipper teeth with the regular foot on. Up, up, down. Is that zipper up, fabric up? Yeah, this is right. Okay, so now I'm going to flip it so the zipper is right side up and the pocket panel is wrong side up, and then top stitch this down. It does sound better, doesn't it? Like a little quieter, maybe. Okay. That's a good little tip to remember, Nancy. It's still, the sound of it still reminds me of a serger. Yeah, I think I'm not struggling quite as much. So that's why I don't know how good of an opinion can I give on this bag when I think a lot of it is, wait, now what was it? Up, up, down, fabric up, zipper up. I need to remember that. I think a lot of the issues that I've had are me. Okay, Jessica from So Many Creations teaches that. It's probably a good thing to remember because I definitely have sewn them upside down before. And I was just about to. All right. Now we'll top stitch this side of the zipper down. Oh, I think I also bought stuff so that I can set back up my camera like overhead. I feel like people like that angle better than coming in from the side, how I currently do my like regular videos. I had the stuff set up at my old house and I lost my zipper. And then when I moved, I didn't have it set up here. So I have like this thing that they actually don't sell anymore because I looked on Amazon that's like magnetic, and you put these metal plates on the ceiling and it holds the phone or camera and has like a telescopic kind of pole, I guess. So you stick it to the metal plate on the ceiling and then you can like just pull the thing down. So when I moved, I left the metal plates on the ceiling because they were stuck on with this like super sticky permanent tape stuff. So I bought some different metal plates that hopefully will work. So hopefully I'll get that up. I don't know if, or how many people here, do you prefer like the overhead view or like the coming in from the side view? Because I watch people that are both ways, and I don't know. I don't mind either, but I do. People complain about different ways. And I know sometimes coming in from the side, my hands will be in the way and you can't see what I'm doing. And like the regular sewing video, yeah. That's what I was thinking, Brittany. I liked, the only thing that is hard about when it's overhead is that I then have it like, yes, I do think for live, I'll have it coming in so you can see me. When I'm sewing with it overhead, then my phone is hanging like right here. So I'll be doing something and I'm bumping my head on it. So it is a little bit difficult for me, but I think you can see better what I'm doing. Oh yeah, I'll make sure that the magnet sticks before I stick the plates up. I was like in the hardware store just looking for anything that looked like it would work. So I bought something that is meant to be some kind of bracket for something, but well, thank you, Beth and Marion. Everybody else does not care what's better for me, but oh, awesome, Wendy. I'm excited. I can't wait to see because you will definitely do it justice, I'm sure. Now, if you use some of this watermelon vinyl, oh, that's a good idea, Nancy. Well, I bought it on Amazon, but I think I can probably look up what brand it was and see if it's something that I can get. We'll see if these plates that I got work or not first. But yeah, I didn't try. It is not available on Amazon anymore, but I could see if they still have a website or something that maybe I could buy them. But I will definitely try that. Okay. I'm so glad I did the zipper overlay because it's so pretty. All right. Hopefully this sews on nicely. And I think I'm going to tie the threads off on the back of this too. So Beth, since you're still here, did anybody talk you into going live yet? That should be your 2025 goal, to go live. So we can come on your live and talk about underwear and things. Yes, the panties. Maybe, maybe, yes. How can we talk Beth into that? It's not scary once you start doing it. It's only scary when you think about the fact that like everybody in the whole world could be watching you. And then you just stop caring at some point. You're not trying hard enough, Brittany. Oh no, I skipped a stitch. I don't know what to do. You know what? It's just going to have a skip stitch. I don't care. Like literally the whole world. I think the thing that gets me most is thinking that people that I know in real life, like at work and stuff, not sewing people, I don't care if they watch me. I don't want them to see me. And they also all have access to it. So. But they can watch everything else, so. Beth, you have no idea how much editing I do on all of my videos. Like, I cut out so much. It's fine. And also, when you watch back, or when you do the live, like, I don't watch it back. So if I do anything stupid, I don't see it later and I don't feel bad about it. And I don't watch anybody else and be like, oh, she looks so silly. I can't believe that they just did that. So I doubt anybody's thinking that about you either. And yes, Lauren, I want to hear something funny. Unless it has to do with me being live and it's going to make me want to not be live anymore. Oh, that's actually hilarious. That's kind of awesome, though. So what are the odds that you find a therapist that made a bag by watching you on YouTube? That's actually kind of cool. I would keep going to her because of that. Do you like her? Lauren can't escape her popularity. That's so true. Okay, and also, like, what bag did she make? I'm curious. Yeah, that's so true. Like, she gets you. She knows. Oh, shoot. I was going to tie my threads off, and I just totally cut them. So, a bat toiletry bag. That's cool. So, I guess I'll tie off the bobbin threads only because I just cut them all. So, I cut the top threads nice and short. Can't confess your dark secrets if you know my alter ego. Oh, that's funny. So I wonder then, Lauren, if your therapist is watching you live, like we're going to talk about that next time she comes in. It's kind of funny. Right? I kind of want to know Beth's dark secrets too now. You should confess them right here. Okay, so I'm going to trim the bottom of this to be even with the other. Oh, that's good that she doesn't watch you live. And she probably shouldn't now, I feel like, just because I don't know why. The darkest. What could Beth's dark secrets be? All right, so I'm just going to sew the sides of the lining or the interior zipper pockets together. I am kind of digging that I can just slide this machine out of the way. Panties. So Beth, you love black panties? It's a little weird to admit that in my comments. That is so true, Tina. It's real awkward. Okay, so I also find it awkward if I like am at work or at a family thing or something and somebody's like, oh, I saw on Facebook when you said blah, 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 or I saw this bag that you saw, and I'm like, stop stalking me. But like also I put it all out there, so they're not really. Aw, hugs to you, Maria. That's tough. So I'm glad that we're here, that you can watch. That's sad also, but lots of hugs for you. Only virtual though, because I don't like real hugs. Lauren. Oh yes, that is a good long life. That's a good thing anyway. Yes, you hug me anyway. Some people do. It's okay. I can live through them. I just don't usually initiate. I will accept. I just won't do it in the first place. Or when I get a hug, I could be kind of stiff and awkward about it. So don't take it personal. Okay, so that's not horrible. I feel like the lining so far looks better than my exterior, except that now there's one stitch missing around my zipper because I didn't pull my threads through. So, all right. Well, that's nice, Cynthia. You know, if somebody asked me, can I give you a hug? I would say yes. I do accept them. I don't initiate, though. All right, so what's next? Yeah, nobody's going to see it. Nobody's going to see any part of this bag because I'm not going to give it to anybody. So next is the zipper panel. Okay. So I did not cut out a zipper tab. It looks so much better from where you're at, Marion. Unless you have me up on like the big TV. That's also weird. So, I mean, I know people watch the tutorials on the TV, but like I just watched Lauren sewing her NCW from last night this morning on my TV. And I was like, wow, she's so large. Because we also just bought a new giant TV that's ridiculous that I probably didn't need. And then I thought, I hope nobody watches me on the TV. Yes, I feel much better about a computer. Smaller screen. Phone, even better. So on the topic of not wanting people that you know in real life to see you on the TV, like my husband is forbidden from watching my videos, so hopefully he never does. Oh, and by the way, he did like the wallet that I gave him, or I think, or he's too nice to tell me he didn't. He's using it, so. Oh, my mic is cutting out. I wonder if the battery's getting low or something. I can swap it out. Let me grab a different one. All right, so hopefully, can you hear me still? I just swapped out to the other microphone, so Happy New Year. Yes, I did not let him pick. I just gave him the gray one. So I don't know. I kept looking at them and I liked the gray one better, so. And I'm frozen. Yeah, so maybe if you close out of the video and come back in. It looks okay on my end, but also it could definitely be my internet. It's still cutting out. Okay, Kathy, can you try to go out and come back in and see if it's better? I don't know what else to do. It could definitely be my internet. Maybe that means it's time for me to be done here. So I need to make some kind of a zipper tab. Okay, I sound good to Maria, so. Yeah, so anyway, I was going to give my husband a choice and then I decided not to. I gave him the gray one. He's using it. And then the brown one I took with me to my parents' house to see if my dad would use it. And that's not the kind of wallet he likes. But my brother stopped over, so I ended up giving him the brown one. So he said he would use it. If he doesn't, I'll never know. So. Okay, I'll keep on sewing. We'll see how long I can go before I need a bathroom break, though. So I'm just kind of winging it for the zipper tab. I'm just going to use vinyl and then fold it over the ends. Or the end, one end. So yeah, when I asked, I could run to the bathroom, but I feel weird about that. We'll see. Nancy, if you go out and come back in, it seems like that fixes it. Oh, Lauren's going live in 30 minutes. Cool. Good way to have a time. It's 3:40. So what time is she going live? In exactly or at 4 Eastern? I'm going to try to, I'm not going to use the back stitch on this because I don't want it to look bad. Cynthia, I do need to do a tour of my sewing room, but I need to clean it first. Maybe after I get my bed organized and I've got some stuff in here that I need to put away. No, schedule 4:30 my time. Oh, I have that's like 50 whole minutes just to talk about the summit. I'm not going to keep going. I'll stop then. 4:30 my time. Yeah, that's like 50 minutes. That'll be fine because I will definitely have to go to the bathroom before then. But anyway, I have stuff I need to clean up, and I never did do like a tour video, but I never actually finished my room. Like I have stuff that I never unpacked still. A lot of fabric. I think some of it's like scraps that I probably just need to get rid of, but I have a hard time with that. Oh wait, 4:15. Okay, I'm cool with that too. 4:15 sounds good. I will come off of here and I'll go on your live. So, Christine, it looks clean because I shoved all the mess out of the way. So like I set up my camera and went through here and pushed everything out of the viewing area. So I guess you can kind of see over there. I don't know if you see that tiny little bit of blue. I have like a sun chair. I have like a portable air conditioner. I have boxes. I have an old TV. And then like over there is like piles of crap. So yeah. All right. So there's a zipper tab. This is the part where I always stop anyway, because I don't really like sewing recessed zipper panels. I like my bags to have them. I don't like to make them. Let's see. I want to fold the ends under. We listen and we don't judge. I fold the short ends under by 1/2 inch. So yes, Maria, it's just like that. Anytime I'm like on live and I know there's going to be stuff in the background, I look and see like what's laying back there so I can just shove it out of the way. So mostly it's the stuff that I haven't unpacked yet, which I feel like I've been here for a whole year. And if I haven't unpacked it, do I really need it? Probably not. Oh, I would struggle with having my sewing room also be the guest room to ever have it be clean enough for guests to use. Yeah, I'm sure that I don't know. I just don't want to put my mess out there. And there definitely is some good quilting cotton. in these tubs that I haven't unpacked, but I ran out of room for my fabric storage. So I guess I could keep it in there and just put it somewhere else. And then I'll never use it and I'll never open it. But I do think I need more shelves. Maybe not like what's on my cutting table, but like bookshelves or something. I don't know. See, and that's where I struggle, and I need somebody to help me with organization because I struggle with what furniture to buy, or I guess I look at other people's videos and see what they're using, and then like, oh, like when I ordered my shelves for my thread from IKEA was because I saw what Brittany had hers on in her videos, and I like that. The wardrobe from IKEA. Oh, I don't know about the wardrobe. I'll have to look that up. I have the room at least. That is a good idea, Nancy. I think cabinets is a good idea because then I can just shove everything out of the way inside a cabinet instead of on the floor. So I guess I'll look up the IKEA wardrobes after this. The Billy bookshelf. Is the Billy bookshelf is open though, right, Lauren? I think I looked at those. Whatever bookshelves I got. Well, I guess, can you see that shelf that's back there? I have my leather on it. I think I probably moved in front of it instead of the opposite way. I did move in front of it. Okay, maybe now. That shelf back there. Oh, you can get doors for the Billy. Okay, cool. I'll look at that. So I was looking at the Billy, and then they had these other like metal shelves that were on clearance because I think they were discontinued. So they were like only $19, I think, but they're like also $19 quality. So I should have just ordered what I wanted. All right, I'll have to check out the Billy with the doors then. I do like to keep using the IKEA furniture because I like that my furniture is mostly all white in here, except for the black Kallax unit that I have back there. I don't know if you see that under the window behind me. My son wanted a black Kallax unit for his room, and I somehow accidentally ordered two. Yeah, see, the cutting table is green because it was on sale. I mean, I struggle with that I looked and I'm like, do I really need the other one when this is only $19? Now I'll buy the $19 one. But yeah, that black Kallax unit, I bought his black Kallax unit at the same time that I ordered my white ones. And the tabletop, and I think this desk that I have this machine on right now. So because I had so much, I didn't notice that I totally ordered two of the black Kallax units. So when it was delivered, I'm like, oh my gosh, they sent me an extra one. What the heck? I better go on here and take a look at this. Oh no, I ordered it. So that's my one piece of black furniture in here. All right, so I'm just clipping the zipper onto the zipper panel. And I'm not going to do this in two separate steps because I don't feel like it. So I'm clipping the lining also on here. And I feel like I should switch over to my zipper foot, but I'm not going to. I might regret it, but I don't care. It's fine. So I figure, I think I can get, I think I can sew like 1/4 of an inch seam allowance with this regular zipper foot on. So I'm just going to do that. Oh, you love organizing? Well, you need to come over and organize for me, Lauren. What's in the corner? On that shelf back there, I have leather on the top of it. And then I have 2 embroidery machines. And then stuff. I have some like crap vinyl on the top of it. Ooh, or I mean on the bottom shelf is like vinyl that's no good. Or well, it's not vinyl that I'm going to use to make nice bags with, but I use it when I test out a new pattern. Oh yes, I can use you guys to organize my stuff. I seriously need help with it. And I do have, you can't see it, over here I have another cube shelves, but I think they're from Menards or something. They're like the 9 cube things, but I have 2 of those. And I have all of my knit fabric in it for all of the clothes that I'm not ever going to make. And then I have a bunch of Minky because I made 1 stuffed animal. So I had to buy, I don't know, 15 colors of Minky. And then I have, shoot, the stuff from Fabric Therapy, that's like smooth. I can't think of the name of it. So I do have more fabric over there too. And then my Juki is straight behind me, where you see the black chair on the left side of the screen. I'm sitting in my chair that I usually sew in, not that black one. But I moved that from here to there so I could sit in the one I wanted to. Oh, and then also in the upper right-hand side of the screen where you see the blue, like that light blue, that is my Juki 8900 is over there. Yeah, this definitely could have, I should have put my zipper foot on. It's fine. The Menards. Oh, you don't have Menards. Save big money at Menards. When my son was little and he used to be like, I don't want to save big money. That's usually my go-to for, I don't know, house stuff. Like that's where I bought my new door for my sewing room. I think generally speaking, their prices are lower than Home Depot and Lowe's. I have another skip stitch. Okay, so this does skip stitches on thick areas, or maybe it's when I'm going from thinner to thicker, and maybe I should be using like the hump jumper and I'm not. Awesome. So I've got Kathy and Lauren are going to come over and clean and organize, or maybe organize. I'll clean. You just organize. And then Brittany and Tiff can come over and just go through all my stuff. And you can sew or whatever you want. Oh, you clean and, I mean, I'll do like the cleaning. I don't expect you to like mop my floor. It could probably be the needle size. It's just what it came with, so I don't know. Like, it's fine when I'm get going, but like when I go slow. And honestly, it could be needing oiled again. Yeah, I don't like to mop floors either, actually. I have not a real Roomba, but I have a Shark brand Roomba in here, so I don't have to sweep. It's probably all clogged up with thread, I can imagine. But it still works, so. Okay, Wendy, you can just come and chat. Sounds like a good time. Is Rocky your kid's Roomba's name? I named mine, like it had suggestions, I think, when you went in it. Oh, I don't know. I think it was, Justin. It had something to do with Justin Bieber, but I don't remember now what it was. Dustin Bieber, maybe? I don't remember. I saw it and I was like, oh, that's funny. I couldn't think of like a good name for a vacuum cleaner. This looks like so-so. Oh, he comes when they call it. Well, that's better than my generic Shark one because I have to actually go into my phone and turn it on. But it's still better than sweeping the floor myself, so. Happy New Year, Marion. Thanks for sitting here. I think I'll be going very soon myself. Like, I'm probably not going to make it all the way until 4:15. And then I'll probably just finish this. Like, maybe not on this machine. All right, so I think, did I give enough of my opinion on this machine, do you guys think? Because like, I think part of the issues that I'm having is just like learning curve. I think it's me, not the machine. I think it's probably definitely more difficult to sew on than a domestic because it's different. Definitely different than my 1181. And I think a lot of the issues I'm having are just because it's different, not anything else. And I think some of the issues of like thickness or like the skip stitches, I feel like it's partially thickness related. It's like when I go from a thinner spot to a thicker spot. Oh, or you know what? I use tape in the ends of the thing. I just don't think it likes going over tape. I use a lot of tape, so. Yeah, so it could be tape related. The presser feet are different than the 1181. So my zipper foot, for instance, this, I don't know, it still has like this bottom part on it. That I feel like you can't get as close to the machine or as close to the zipper as you would with the foot that's on the 1181. And this is the other side zipper foot. So this one I could, because it just goes on the one side. I also didn't switch my feet out just because I don't like it. I don't feel like switching them. So yeah, they're low shaft. You can't switch it out. Yes, I think I need to look for a narrow foot. Now the needle doesn't feel sticky. So I haven't put like any effort into looking for different feet for this machine or anything yet, so. Yeah, so I don't think it's a bad machine. I think there's definitely a learning curve. I don't know if I should have jumped right into making a whole bag like this. But also, like, I don't feel like this vinyl is difficult to sew. So I feel like it should be able to sew through this, but struggles in some spots. The bobbins are smaller than the Juki, so they don't hold as much, which that's fine. You just make more bobbins when you start your project. So there's no, well, Jennifer at least hasn't found a, I will probably look, but again, like, I don't know how often I'll use this. I definitely would like to get some kind of a base for it before I sew on it again. I do have the skinny foot for the 1181, the narrow foot. I got mine from Mormino. I don't think she sells them anymore, but I think I saw her referring people to Sunny Sewing and that they have them. So you might want to check there. No, I feel like I'm getting all greeny again too. My stream is. So I think it might be a good time to end this. So I think, all right, I just need to finish the zipper panel and then the lining. I mean, we got through most of the exterior. That's the harder part. I am not going to finish it probably on this machine though. But I do like the skinny foot, Cynthia. I find that I don't need to switch it out very often. Most of my zippers, I use that foot, but if it's something like this, where it's really important that the seam allowance is exactly 3/8 of an inch, I do switch out to my zipper foot then. But for most things, I leave that narrow foot on. So yeah, I would definitely check it out. Happy New Year, Kathy. And yes, I will see you in March. And also, because I think it's going to be fun. So, okay, I guess Gold Star Tool also sells the skinny foot. I don't know. I haven't seen, or I don't know. I don't know what they have, but I do know Sunny Sewing has them, I think. So, all right. Oh, yeah, with Lauren. When are you guys coming? Do I need to take vacation days, or are you going to show up on a weekend? I'll take more days off work. I feel like I could use them. The week and a half was not enough. So, but will you be there in March when I come? Because I know you help out, right, in Lauren's classroom. Oh, Ralph's in Denver apparently also. So, you're welcome, Beth. Thank you for spending New Year's Day with me too. Cool. Okay, so I'll see you, Kathy, at least in March. Or whenever you just show up at my door. I mean, I guess technically Lauren has my address, so. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off, and then tune in. Everybody go watch Lauren when she goes live in minutes. All right, so thank you everybody for joining me. I'll probably post pictures of this bag when and if I finish it. I will finish it, and I'll share pictures of the front only from a distance. So yeah, thanks for joining. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna go around here and end this. So see you later.